Hi there. Today I would like to walk you through Avaya Callback Manager, which is one of the modules of Avaya Centrum package. So what are all the key features of this callback manager? There are three features. One is IVR callback request, wherein if a caller calls and if they have been waiting in queue for a long time, with this feature, you could enable an option to request for a callback at specified date and time. So the system would call this caller at the specified date and time and connect with an available agent. This is the first feature. And next is abandoned callback or missed call callback, wherein if caller calls, if they while waiting in queue or before connecting with an agent, if they drop the call abruptly, this system will constantly monitor the contact center abandoned calls and dials them by reserving an agent when they are free from an incoming call and patch with the caller. The last feature is a manual callback option. Since this callback manager constantly accumulates the missed call from Avaya contact center, it provides a web interface to list all the missed calls based on different categories like queue dropped or agent dropped because of a system failure. It will differentiate all the missed call or abandoned call types and present in a web interface so that agent can click and call those missed calls and talk to the customer immediately. So with this, I would like to take you through the live demos of all these three features which I just elaborated. Let's see how abandoned callback works through the callback manager. As you could see here, I have an agent who is logged into a via contact center select. But as you see here, the agent is in not ready state, which means that the agent will not receive the call when the caller calls and when they are in the queue. Now I'm going to simulate the incoming call through IVR. The announcement is playing.
To Experience Software Technologies, a one-stop solution provider.
I choose an IVR option to talk to an agent.
If you know the extension.
Now the caller is put to a queue because agent is not ready to answer the call. Now I'm going to drop the call. Now this becomes a missed call to a via contact center select where the call center has missed the call and it goes to the abandoned list. So now this callback manager will pull this abandoned call and then it will put it into the queue for list of callbacks. So when agent becomes free from an incoming call, it would dial automatically. Now, as soon as I make this agent to be available, the system will initiate a call to the caller who just dropped. So as soon as I log in, the system automatically presents the callback call which was just missed. If I accept this call, it would dial this number and connect to this particular caller. Now it is trying to dial this particular number which was just missed, and I'm getting the call which was just missed, and I'm going to accept this call. Once the call is completed, the agent can set the disposition code and then close the call. As soon as I close the call, the system will present the next outbound call which is already missed in the system, and it keeps on continuing until the callback list, which is the abandoned call, is become zero. Yeah. And all the reports and statistics for this particular callback will automatically be available from the Avaya skill based or CDN based reports itself. Now let's see how the manual callback works through this Avaya callback manager. We just saw an automated callback which the system does based on agents availability, but also few customers may prefer to manually call these customers and capture the outcomes of the call for reporting purposes. For that case, we provide a web UI as you see here, which comes along with the Callback Manager package. Whenever a call is missed in queue or with agent, all the missed call details along with the reason of the missed call, whether it was dropped or abandoned by agent, all these details will be missed. And you will also have an option to click and call so that it calls this customer manually, and then once the call is completed they will be able to update the statuses within this interface itself. Yeah, I'm just clicking to call. If you see, the system will dial this number. You can update the call reason, you can tag the call, you can have comments, and then you can, once the interaction is completed, you can save and close. This is pretty much it. As we saw a couple of features of this callback manager. One is abandon callback, which is automatic. Second is a manual callback, which happens through the web interface, which callback manager provides. And the third feature is IVR callback request, which is pretty straightforward. The caller can request for a callback from IVR and it would dial automatically based on available agent, similar to the abandoned callbacks. Thank you.